Hello, welcome to Expat Tea with the brief
and the brand. Welcome back.
It's good to have you. Today we are diving into motherhood in all of its 30 whole yards
And
more.
Daryl.
We are talking about the burnout, the guilt, the perspective from a mother of three, the perspective from a mother of two, and
Everything.
all of those good and bad stuff. So, Portia.
Hello, beautiful people. So, backstory. I'll give my backstory because I've always wanted babies since probably I was maybe 5. At least that was when I said
Wow.
Akonuchi. I remember I was my mom. We were going to my one market for those that live in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I saw all these beggar children. She had the most beautiful long hair. I can never forget this girl's face in my life. She's one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life till today. I think she was older than I was then. I think she couldn't be more than 6, 7. But her hair was like bomb length.
Oh.
She was stunning. I begged my mom to let's take her home. That'll take care of her. That'll bathe her. A child that was older than I was, like I thought it was like a doll. You know how you go to the shop and say, "Mom, your hair." So that I always love babies. So fast forward, we had a lot of cousins, and they had children. They were older than us, so they had children. And me and my sister, we were like full-time nannies. Christmas, Easter, they just come, drop their children for us, and they go. And the babies could be as young as 6 months. We would give them baths, feed them, and even sleep with them. Like have them meet their moms now come back 2 days later. So yeah, I've always been
midnight nanny.
Yeah. So I've always been very good with babies. I've always wanted like babies. Fun fact, in law school, I'm saying law school because I was over 20. At the back of my law school note, I wrote I wanted 10 children. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not like it's not like it's a teenage Lulu something. Yeah. Yeah. So law school, I wrote the day I showed my mother-in-law, all she all around, the laugh she laughed me. Because even this one,
because me, I'm laughing.
I don't know what I was thinking. I don't think so. I think there's the misconception where in Nigeria, a lot of their women they either sugarcoat things. Because I'm jumping everywhere. When I went home with Kobe to Nigeria, my father was like, "Is this how babies are?" I said, "Sir, you have 5 children, and this is how. Why is this coming at the top?" Like my baby cried a lot, given, but he was flabbergasted that this is what it took to take care of children. So I think Nigerian women, I won't say women in general, but I'm pinning it down.
They try to glamorize.
Yeah, they sugarcoat and make it look. So I think I didn't get a clear picture of what. Wow, after one. It's a miracle I have 2 children. That's just all I can say. Yeah. So you how?
I have 3 children.
The most
but
beautiful
anyone who brings me the talk of pregnancy, giving birth again, I know.
Salam alaikum.
I know this is the sign that God is giving me. This person hates. I had my twin daughters. What's it called? I had them during the lockdown.
2020.
Okay, I got pregnant during the lockdown, and I had them 2021 February.
That's still
COVID time, and I didn't have help. I didn't have not one single help.
People are not even visiting people safe.
I put in visa application for my mom. It was rejected. It just stayed under process. They were not processing nothing. So I didn't have help, and I had my baby's preterm. I gave birth at I just stepped into 28 weeks. The day that my pregnancy crossed 28 weeks, I started to notice within that week that something was wrong with the way the bump and all, and I was feeling I've not been in labor before. Well,
yeah.
Anyways,
sorry, 28 weeks you entered labor. Why? Is it not? I have 2 children, but is it normal?
No, it wasn't. So apparently, one of the twins had cord prolapse. She had laid on her the umbilical cord, and she was no longer getting oxygen.
Oh my God!
I had no idea. I had ultrasound scan appointment that day, so I was on leave from work. I went to the hospital. They checked me. I was already 3 centimeters dilated.
You're joking.
And they said I was using WACRA. They said the hospital was not equipped to take care of preterm babies of that age, so they were trying to find if there was free rooms in women wellness because everybody were home. So everybody were
Yeah.
making babies. They were just
It's true. I'm sure the
making babies.
population would have quadrupled during that period.
God, because I mean, we
Do you
don't know
understand?
whether the world was ending. Come to me.
Equal. Ah, God,
Oh
I can
my God.
imagine.
So they got approval to refer
Go
me
to
to women wellness. So they put me in an ambulance. I went there. They already put the
just you
first
went
shot.
for scan and next thing babies popped out.
I did not even do my scan anymore. I went because of the way I was feeling. That morning I went to use the washroom and there was blood. So I went to
Okay.
emergency. So that's how I did not do the ultrasound again. They they took me to women wellness. They gave me the first shot of steroids to try to quicken their lungs because
They were
tiny.
babies.
They said they were trying to see if they were going to store the. At that point, they did not know that it was cord prolapse.
Oh
It
God.
was just God that wanted the babies to
To
live.
come. Oh God.
So they felt they were going
Mm.
to try to store the labor and see if we progress maybe to the next day so that they will give me the second shot of
To
steroids.
help the babies more.
I didn't eat anything. They could not let me eat anything. I was just getting fluid intravenously.
Mm.
I was just there. The labor was kicking me. I would sleep. They would come back. They came to tell me about we are going to do cesarean at this point if it progresses
Yeah,
and
because
all
of
of
the
that. They
babies.
got me ready for surgery just in case, but I stayed in the room. Then every now and then the doctors would come to check and talk to me and then they go. After a while, one of the doctors came and he tried to check and then he said, Code Blue. You watch
Yeah,
American
yeah, yeah, yeah.
movies
Those
with
I've experienced it, so I think I have an idea of what you're talking about.
God damn it. I did not see it was at the entrance to the theater. That's when I signed the
Yeah,
consent
me
form.
was after I came out.
That's when I signed the doctor's hand was inside my oh YouTube
Oh
please.
yes. I don't worry, I'll tell you my
It
own.
was there. He put his hand because he used it to lift
Oh
the
Jesus.
baby. So because the baby was going off, was
Oh my
already
God, is that what you mean?
yeah, she was lying
Yeah,
down
yeah, yeah.
on the
So
umbilical cord,
oh
so she was
Jesus.
not getting oxygen anymore. So she was already cold. So he put his hand and he was the one that felt it. She was cold.
Jesus. So he lifted her off the cord that she
Yes,
was
off the
lying
cord,
on.
and then they were willing. I was there. Open your mouth. I was saying I wanted regional anesthesia so that I can watch
Be able to
them.
know.
They knocked me out.
Oh, you sure you're not awake?
Yeah, I wasn't because it was emergency at that point. So they knocked me out. They needed to save
The
the
babies.
babies. So by the time I woke up, they've already wheeled them to the NICU. I didn't even see them. I just asked if they were alive and they said yes. So I went back to sleep.
I had something similar.
They wheeled me to recovery.
No, it's funny. Kobe was okay. I got pregnant. I don't even know how to explain. But I went back to Nigeria. Then I did that in December in Nigeria. I had fun. Then I now came back to Qatar like in February. Because I came back after my birthday, like third week of February. I came back to Qatar. I now wanted to because I was in antenatal. I did antenatal in Qatar, then I did in Nigeria for like 2 months before I came back. So I needed to transfer my documents from the hospital I was using in Nigeria. So they had everything they filled because I paid almost 300,000 for the 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So I wanted to be very careful. Like I don't know, like because I had a miscarriage before I had Kobe. So I wanted to be extra careful. I don't want to hear stories. So I was willing to go the extra mile. So I was trying to transfer my documents. I went to Hamad for tests. Like they did all the blood tests. They now told me that my baby had IUGR, like intrauterine growth restriction. He wasn't growing normally. He had stopped growing at about 30 weeks. It didn't make sense to me because back in Nigeria, my baby was always measuring like 2-3 weeks ahead. So, but at the last scan, I think at the last scan he had stopped growing. I don't know that was the stress of the trip I took back to Qatar. I didn't even understand. My mom now said, God forbid. They said I was going to come back in 2 weeks for another scan. If it has not grown at all or a little bit, that they were going to bring him out. And then I was barely 30. I was about 32 weeks. It didn't make sense. My mom was like, God will not allow it. You know, Nigerian mothers say, snake again, we pray against it. You understand? We come against every. No, I was crying. My mom said, stop crying. Okay, no problem. I went home. A few days later, I was just on the phone talking to my sister. I just felt moist. I told my sister that something just happened. Okay, in the morning, I didn't feel my baby move. I told my husband that there's something wrong. He said, no, that just, sometimes I feel like when mothers have complaints.
Yeah, they told us that the mother's instinct is enough sign for you to come in.
6 a.m. because normally that's how my baby was. Every morning when my husband wakes up by 6 to get up to have like get ready for work, he moves.
Gets up too.
He moves. So when he wakes up, my husband touches my belly. He moves. He kicks that early morning. But that morning he didn't move. He said maybe he's tired. And I said, maybe there's something. Maybe there's something wrong. He said, nah, women. I'm telling you, this happened up until 12. It was around that 2:30ish. I was on the phone with my sister. I realized that there's something wrong. That Kobe has not moved all day. She now said that okay, I should just wait when he comes back. If I'm not okay, then the next morning I just stood up.
We go to the hospital.
I just stood up, as in just blood just poured. But it just did blood. My entire I was frozen. She now said I should dress up and go to hospital. I just quickly called my husband. I was calling him. I just threw on a boo-boo. He told me
not called the ambulance.
I didn't even know. He just told me that he was on his way. In less than 5 minutes. I don't know how many traffic lights my husband ran. I don't even know how he did it. He got to the house. I came down. That's one of the first experience I had about neighbors in Qatar. We'll talk about it. I came down. My neighbor was picking her children from school. She turned. She looked at me. I was still bleeding. Like blood was still coming out. Like I was standing and there was blood and like
you took a risk.
I didn't know. I just literally just came. I didn't know. And she looked at me, she turned, looked at me, and continued standing, then took her children inside. My heart broke that a mother would see me and not help. I deviated. One man took me to our core hospital, Hamad. Mila entered. I was still dripping blood. They didn't even ask first, and they just took me inside. The first doctor just came. We raka like this.
So bad.
Win! I shouted. They didn't even care. I said, I don't even want to be vulgar, but as the hand was coming out, blood just dripped. I don't know, button or something. In less than 5 minutes, I was in the theater. I don't know how it happened. The next thing, they bent me, put the epidural. I got there maybe 3 o'clock or past 3, 3:14. I can never forget. They said, let's start closing up. Normally, for movie, if they bring up picking, wow. I didn't hear nothing. I was awake. I said, closing up. Where the picking I enter here with? They said, and I said, hey, where's my baby? They didn't answer me. 2 minutes. I said, God, I cannot carry her with big belly and go back here empty-handed. I said, where's my baby? I was now getting like agitated. So I could not move, obviously, but the guy could sense. I think either my BP was climbing or something because I stayed in recovery room for a while because my BP was off the rocket. Long story short, the man has said, can someone tell this woman where her baby is? Like 5 minutes later, someone came and I said, oh, your baby came out, wasn't breathing. But they took him to NICU and he's on oxygen. He's fine. He's alive. I said, okay. Then I now relaxed. I now closed my eye. Someone was telling me that if you close your eye, you will die. If you close your eye, you will die. I was feeling sleepy. But I had this nagging fear that if I should close my eye, I would die. If I close, but I was telling God that instead of my baby not to survive, let him just take me. So at that point, that was how I was feeling. It's a bad feeling. Wow. But immediately they told me the baby was fine. Someone said, hey, now you can now die. So like all this intrusive bad thoughts. Yeah, there were a lot of them. And so I was fighting to keep my eyes open. Luckily for me, they were done. They now wheeled me to recovery room. Then my BP was off the cliff. My BP did refuse to come down. And I had never had BP issues up until that moment. So I stayed there for about maybe like more than 4 hours. I saw my child the next day.
I didn't see my children until 2 days later.
That
day, my husband went to take a picture of them. You know, when you take pictures, it's like ×1. So it makes it as if they're bigger.
Yes, me too.
When I now went to see them.
How many kg were they?
1 kg. Ketando was 1 kg. Chimdima was 1.1 kg.
You're joking.
They were, 1 kg of meat. They were like this. The entire human being. Their face was not fully formed properly. You just see the features, but you can't even tell. And then I started shaking.
Yeah, I had that too.
So you would think that they thought maybe I got infection from the surgery and all of that. They had to start running tests and kept me longer in the hospital to watch. It was a mental thing.
I'm just imagining because Kobe was I bet he was 2 kg. Then at 30, he was 34 weeks or 33 weeks and 5 days. I'm trying to remember, but he was 2.00 kg, 0008 kg. Then he now dropped to 1.8 kg. So I'm just imagine, and he was like he could. And I'm small. He could fit in the palm of my hand.
I do kangaroo care. Sometimes you forget that there's a child.
That's so
I was
tiny.
going for kangaroo care. They stayed in the NICU for 40 days. So every
Hey God, you're strong.
every day as I left the hospital, I spent my entire maternity leave going to NICU for kangaroo care. Some days you come, you don't see the babies. They say they have.
Yes.
Now you are in NICU. That's like intensive care unit. You now have emergency that they lift you from that place. Where are you?
Hey God.
Some days you come, they say the oxygen saturation dropped. Man. So every day that I'm going to the hospital,
you don't know what to expect.
I don't know what to expect. At some point when I'm sleeping at home, I'm hearing monitors beeping.
Hey.
Because oh God.
I thought I suffered though. Kobe was there for like 5 days and they sent us back home.
We stayed there for 40 days.
You're strong. No, I don't wish that on anybody. It's the most heartbreaking thing that you come to the hospital and you go back home without your babies. Yes, even if they're alive, but like not having them home with you, it's horrible. It's heartbreaking. Like there are no words to describe it.
I think the way I coped was I told myself that it was a break I needed to try to heal first before I start to nurse the children. Because the nurses in the NICU were doing everything.
Yeah, they've been everything, the feeding, the bathing, everything. Yeah.
So I took that time to heal.
But regardless, even if they had come home, like even when they came home with you,
they were tiny.
Thank you. Taking care of NICU babies is not the same thing.
They were tiny.
How many, like when they released them, like,
they was weighing 2 and
when they went
Keta was weighing 1.8 when they were discharged.
They somewhat seemed like
I said they were, and I didn't have any help. Hey. So I would bat the two of them any way I could. I would bat them. One of the days, Ketando started getting lethargic. I thought she was going to die. I was saying, stay with me. Stay with me. God. I forgot the numbers
I'm trying so hard not to cry because
numbers to call the ambulance.
999.
My husband was at work. I called him. I remember to call you to ask you what is the number for emergency. Start coming home and stay with one of the twins.
So you can go.
So I called him. He started coming home. He got home. The ambulance came and took me with the baby to Sidra. She got to Sidra and then she started pulling my boobs. She wants to. Somebody that refused to. And they were not drinking, they were not sucking because their mouth reflex was not, it did not develop at all. They would try, so they were not. So I expressed breast milk every damn day. They were used to the bottle.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
So I expressed breast milk and they were sucking from the bottle. So it was easy to win them.
Yeah,
I didn't even win. I took the COVID shot, the third or the second dose. I can't even remember. And then my breast milk supply just.
You're joking. Did it
just dry. I didn't have to go through engorgement or anything.
I did though.
It just went.
And your body produced enough milk for them.
I said I had to buy freezer.
You had milk?
Overflowing.
You're joking.
When I used to go to NICU, some ladies who had their children, they were asking me what I was eating. Because every day that they give me container, I used to pack clothes like this and bring and label. I then go into the breastfeeding
and pump again.
Pump more. My milk was everywhere. I say, if you want, I can give you. If you want for your baby.
Are you joking? I struggled though.
When they discharged us, we stopped on the way going home. We stopped at Answer Gallery to buy new freezer just for breast milk because they gave us the one they kept in the hospital. We still had big bags. So we had to get a new freezer.
What happened? My picking no chop because my boobs refused to bring out milk for like 2 days. They were not threatening me. And they refused, I don't know, for some reason they refused to give him formula that he had not eaten. He was using tubes up until like the second. They told me, Ma, your baby has not eaten. You have to hurry up. But he has been crying that the tube is not enough for him. I started punching my boob. Bring out milk. Bring out milk. After carrying it out.
Frustrated.
Motherhood. So apart from the fact that I had an emergency C-section, I just thought that you prepare for labor. Push. I don't know. I don't know whether I was covered or was intentionally naive or I was just foolishly ignorant. I didn't expect that. I thought CS was going to be. I don't know what I was thinking, but in my head there was no way I should have not had a normal vaginal delivery. Like it didn't even make sense. So when it now happened to me the way it happened to me, and I know that if I had not had my babies in in Qatar here, if I had my baby in
Maybe
Nigeria,
you might not have
I
survived
know.
it.
Guess what? My mom's first pregnancy before me was a okay. Kobe was the bleeding was placenta abruptio. The placenta was already more than 50%
Out.
separated from from the uterine wall. So, but my mom's first pregnancy at 6, almost 7 months, the baby died because so what happens is that once the placenta starts separating from the
Yeah.
wall, the food that was why he was
Supply.
that's why he stopped growing. One, so my mom's first baby died, and after a few months after I had Kobe and I posted it, I had a ton of people tell me, "Oh, the baby had the same thing and the baby passed." So and most of them were not even in Nigeria; they were in America and UK, and I'm like, first of all, that's why me and Kata like this. I don't play
I say if we were not
where we are.
I wouldn't have survived it. The
Even
babies would not have
survive.
survived
That one
it.
normal.
Now
Naija,
imagine
no, no, no,
spending
no.
40 days in the
And I said, do you know how
NICU.
much you would have paid if you were in
And
Nigeria?
I was expecting bills when
Did you not pay anything, Shay?
0 real. The only thing I paid was for my lodging.
Okay, your own is actually good that you probably had the baby with residence permit.
Yeah.
I had my baby with hire. I paid a lot of money for the delivery itself, about 9,000, but not pay 1 naira for Kobe's 5 day. My love for Qatar there because I try to tell people that the time between when I stopped in front of the hospital to when my baby came out was not to 20 minutes, and people don't believe me. Like when my husband did bah, dropped me and I came out from the car and I walked in. So the time they wheeled me to the theater, you know that quickness is something you don't always get.
You don't get that.
I don't think you can get it.
They are not prompt. They do not take emergency as emergency.
I don't think I get it anywhere else in the even in America. Call my name. I don't think you can get the promptness with which. That's why Qatar will always have my heart.
They have my heart.
We can all have other issues with them, but you see this especially with
healthcare,
especially with children, they don't play.
Don't play.
The king will fall like a child will just fall. Sharp, sidra. They'll check. They'll just check. Where did it fall? No. They don't joke with children. That I don't take it for granted because within me, with my full chest, I know that if I had my baby anywhere else in the world, he would definitely wouldn't have survived. Then me,
you'll be
under probability. Yes, now because the way the blood was not coming. I don't know. You know those. Sorry, I think those huge clumps of blood you get. It was just coming like that. That's how it was coming out from my body.
It was the placenta?
Yes, it was just pouring. No. See, I don't. I just thank God. I thank that I was actually here because I almost did not give birth in Qatar. My visa came out. I beg, story long. Everything was just a miracle. So Kobe is my miracle baby in every sense of the word because I almost did not have him in Qatar, and if I had him anywhere else, if I was in Nigeria, this wouldn't have been sitting here now. I beg, leave matter for Matthias. I beg.
Grateful for
I just
God's
God.
mercies.
John, I just thank God. I beg. But like when they like growing up and having babies, like did anybody teach you how to take care of babies?
First of all, I'm the last child.
You're joking. How did I not know that? So you are not. Me, I'm Narada, so I'm supposed to know how to take care of it. Are you serious?
I'm the last. The thing is that nobody knows. Everybody I tell that I'm the last child.
You don't look it.
Yeah, because I don't know.
My sister asked you if the sister you have here is your younger because
she's
energy.
Actually the one who does the baby thing. Wow. So I'm the last child. I didn't have an opportunity. In fact, I fear to carry
small babies. Yeah.
I used to feel that they were going to slip off my hands. So there was nowhere that I learned specially how to take care of babies. My closest to a newborn was my nephew. When I was in the law school, my sister had her first child, and I stayed with her when she was giving birth. I think the thing, whether it traumatized me, I don't know. Well, she had a very difficult delivery. Complicated delivery. All of us had to donate blood cells.
Oh wow!
She lost blood and all of that. Anyways, so I stayed with her. I stayed with the baby for a while, but she was taking care of her baby. And my mom I was just when they now wear the baby clothes and I'm sitting down to carry the baby, not the one that she was still from her. So there was nothing. Everything that I did or I know or I was from baby center. when I got
Oh,
pregnant,
that app, yeah.
I downloaded the app.
I do not play.
I
Oh no, that app.
downloaded the app. I was in a lot of group. I was
That
watching
app
YouTube
was a
videos.
lifesaver.
It was just me and my wanting to know.
Yeah.
Nobody sat
And
me down to
nobody
say,
came for Mugo for you.
nobody. Not
So
a
you were
single,
here with them for like
throughout the time.
I couldn't. I won't Chris. After 3 months. No, my baby, I don't know whether it was normal. My baby cried. Till now, Kobe cries quite a lot. So I carried him a lot to the point that I think it was this arm that like got numb. That I had to go to the hospital because I couldn't move my arm for like a few days. I was always seated like this. My husband will come back from work. He'll meet us still sitting down there. He'll sleep. He'll suck. He'll wake up. I carry him on my body to go and pee. So he was a lot until today. He's a gum gum. But you see the way he came, you carried him. He likes gum gum. So he's a gum gum body baby. So after like 3 months, I couldn't take it. Even my husband said, "We got Nigeria." I said, "Me, I wanna go." So we went back home to Nigeria and said like 3 months. And now like immediately we got there, my sister carried Kobe. I first slept for the first full 6 hours I had slept in months.
I think my sleep issues, because
Yeah,
till now
you
I
don't sleep
still
well.
struggle to sleep at a stretch. I think my sleep issues came after I had the
The
twins,
baby.
because I was not sleeping.
You know where you sleep. And I know I have two babies, so they don't sleep at the same time. So I was thinking with twins, yeah. So if this one wakes up
They
to
cry
sleep,
in solidarity. If one person is crying, even if what is wrong with that,
it's not what's wrong with it, so you go
they
pull and
just
cry.
start crying.
Ah, God, I
So
beg.
in the night, I just put Netflix is playing at the background,
Yeah,
and
I watched a ton of
I
movies
put
then
them
too.
in the seat, the car seat
Yeah.
that we used to go out. I put them, strap them there, then fill the bottle, and I'm feeding them.
And you're watching.
I'm holding it and feeding them, because sometimes they start to throw. They say, you have to carry.
Oh, Jesus.
Then my husband had to change his shift, just so that is because I'm going to work.
You're still going to work?
After my maternity leave, I applied to work from home for a bit. So I worked because maternity leave is just 50 days. So
it's not 2 months.
It's just 50 days.
Like working, okay.
Yeah, it was 50 days. So I applied to work from home for an extra 1 month, because I spent the most of my maternity
going
leave.
to NICU.
Yeah. So I was working from home. Sometimes I have meetings and they're crying. Yeah. And it's just me. Oh, I suffered.
No, I can't even imagine.
I suffered though. So that's why sometimes when I feel, now that I have a bit of help, sometimes I don't even care if you think I do not love my children enough. I'm not spending
you've done the work.
You can judge me all you want. Judge me all you want, because you don't know where I'm coming from. You have not the slightest idea. I didn't have help until after they turned 1. Or
You're joking?
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
Like this.
Like you go to work, you come back, you still take care of them.
I go to work. When I'm going to work, I drop them off.
Yeah, I know. You pick them
up. And then
I
pick them when I'm coming back. By the time I'm coming back, my husband would have made dinner for us. He was working night shift, so he would come back. He would fix up the house that was scattered.
You don't sleep at night.
Moa, I'm a hero. That's what I'm telling you. That's where my sleep problem started. I was not sleeping. Maybe sometimes I maybe get like 1 hour or 2 hours of sleep. How I was surviving and delivering at work is something I don't know.
And that's why you can't. I feel like when you see people, you can't know what they've had to deal with and why they are the way they are. So when we decide to take time out for ourselves to pull back in our cup,
yes, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't.
Like for example, last week I did staycation with my sister. I came home. I said, my children, anything you want. If you want me to dance Kelewu now,
I'll do for you.
Because I was happy. I was okay. And that high can carry me for a few weeks. So I feel like everybody should have something.
From time to time, just withdraw. Take a break for yourself.
Because you can't, because it's how you be frustrated.
You take it out. You take it out on
me. It happens to me. I don't know about anybody. Like, I don't think, it's not, God. And doing motherhood is different from if you're back home in Nigeria. You have, like, if I was home,
community of
my mother-in-law, my mom, my sister, I have 2 of my sister-in-laws that live in Abuja. Like, imagine if we're just I used to ask myself, I just imagine my life in Nigeria. I would have been Uno Dogo. I would just drop my picking for one of my sister-in-law their house, go do better or one bear. Do you understand? But here you don't have that luxury. It's just now that we're beginning to have community where, okay, I can say, okay, B, I can drop my boys at yours or something like that. It's just now that you have to
Build.
because now you have to shop for other people before they can shop for you.
Yeah.
Like the lady that I used to drop my baby with a lot. She was when she went for her own to have her own baby. I would keep her babies in my house. Like I would have two small babies and add her own two small babies. So you have to here you have to be willing
Give
to before you
give,
can get
to
because
receive.
the day you actually want to drop your baby, she too go carry her own two pikin, then join you go join your own two pikin. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically here you have to work for
what you get.
Shikina, nobody's going to hand it over to you. Before, if you're back home, you can just drop your children with your friends or nanny. Nanny no even cost.
Or even crèche. It was so
Crèche is like 10,000 in Nigeria. It's not 10K days to pay a month in Nigeria for crèche. You can even do to 6 p.m. But all those things here already you know things like that. It's a luxury here, so we don't take it for granted that at least I've gotten to the point where I can comfortably go for baby girl things and have some, and also I think supportive partners we don't take
for granted.
We don't take it for granted. Like, I know. And my husband was impeccable. Like I don't think I would have survived that first 3 months. My husband was God sent.
Hands-on.
Like, hands-on doesn't even quite cut. I told you the only thing I did was to carry my baby. My husband cleaned. He cooked. He would come from work. I told you my child cried so much that my ears were ringing. My ears stopped ringing when I got to Nigeria and slept at 6 hours. Like I had a constant ringing in my head. I don't know how to explain it.
Sometimes even in your subconscious, you're hearing someone crying.
Yes, it's normal. So, but my husband would come back. I'll be sitting down. He would come and he'll just make dinner. Then he'll now give me. Then he'll now hold the baby. I'll eat. Then he'll hand me back the baby before he continues. Then even at night, we were now doing night shifts. He would cry, and my baby could only sleep on the body for a few months. I don't know whether he was because he was tiny. I don't know why, or I don't know whether it's his temperament. He cried so much. Me and Hamad were 5 and 6. Okay, beginning he'll cry for like 3 hours non-stop. We'll rush and go to Hamad. The doctor will open him. Once they open him, they start trying to maybe check his diaper. They were trying to know what was wrong with him. The boy will start laughing.
They were. He loves the hospital.
The doctor now told me that temperament. So today my mother calls could be temperament. That is his temperament. That she just. So anytime first time parents, I'm not looking at my husband with his grey hair, and I look at my face with my old man face. First time parents, shame when they can't say any spot that when they run, they go, how my boy, I don't know, he cries.
But they will always tell you that it's better for you to come
and there's nothing
wrong. That you stay and there was something wrong.
Imagine, I was not paying for it. And one thing we had 1 year free. Yeah. So I was not paying for it. I said, no problem. No Uber money, no problem. I didn't used to, before I used to wait for my husband to come, then carry on. But now if I tell him, baby, I think you go say this woman, I know they even wait for him again. Uber, sharp, I just they go. So, but then he was always, no. He would carry Kobe on his chest for maybe like 2 hours. Then when he's tired, I'll take him from him. So supportive partner is, you can't have anyhow partner. You cry blood. You cry blood. You cry blood.
You cry more than
you cry
the
blood.
baby.
Yeah, you cry blood. Because people were asking me that time I was on vacation. Who is with your children? I said, I don't understand. Is the father not around?
I traveled to Nigeria one of the times and I left the twins. That time I was pregnant with Tim. I left the twins.
When you went to do your passport then in Nigeria?
Yeah.
They were here with that.
Yes, and I went to Nigeria. I spent 2 weeks plus.
We don't take it for granted. I used to.
Came back.
I know I can't. Apart from that, I feel like there's some partners that you leave your children, your mind.
I know. Sometimes I was not calling.
Thank you. There's some husband you know. My children never chop food today. You will know that.
No.
But this one, I like that. I think
you feel at peace.
I feel like he would even take better care of them than I would because he likes playing with them. He like me. Once I give you food like this, I beg, just free me. Let me rejuvenate the madness if I've come off my body. But him, when he comes back, I don't know whether he has energy. He'll play with them. Like he's very handsome. I thank God for that. And the extra children, no, don't bring it near our side. Me,
maybe you.
I don't know because I have 2 boys now. Currently, I like where I am. The thought of getting pregnant,
I'm so done.
No, the pregnancy part doesn't scare me as much as it used to because I know that at 9 months, the part that actually drives me nuts is because it's the
delivery.
Not the delivery. Delivery itself, it's serious that they do this 3rd time. It's not even a problem. My fear is this: my babies don't sleep at night. As I'm talking to you, KCD doesn't sleep at night till now. He's 1 year. This is June, February, March, April, May, 4 months. He still wakes up every 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Wow.
I'm weaning him off the nice feed bottle. We're down to two feeds a night. I was trying to cut it down to one. My brother now even got worse. So he'll wake up and I'm intentionally giving him a bottle and he's screaming. Like I'm talking to you now, I've not slept because he's been crying. So when I say, maybe next 2 years I can try for another one, and he now wakes me up like this, I was like,
I'm not considering. I for my last baby, I had the vagina delivery for my last baby.
People said it was not possible.
The doctor said since
See,
the
VBAC,
baby was
that's what we call it, yeah.
VBAC, since the baby was head down and all of that, I was just
Was it easier?
36 weeks. I went into after my baby shower. I went into labor.
Yeah, I think you said. Yeah.
I had baby shower on Friday, and by Saturday I was in labor. I knew, but I stayed at home.
Imagine.
Then Sunday,
you're really strong.
I did not want my, because if I went and I gave birth on on Saturday, my leave starts to count from that Saturday. So I wanted it to start from the Sunday that was work.
Okay, just look at mathematics we are doing, just to be able to have
more
time.
Sunday in the morning, I woke up early in the morning to ease myself, and then I saw a tint of blood. I just had my bath, took my time, dressed up, then called ambulance.
Sorry, okay, now you were in pain?
No, I just felt pressure. And you know I have a high threshold of pain, so I'm not the one that you can use to judge. So I called the ambulance. They're saying, you have a blanket. I said, I'm not going to give birth in my house. I'll wait for you people. And then maybe like 5 minutes they were in my house. Then they came upstairs, took me, we went into the ambulance.
How many minutes after you got to the hospital?
That I gave birth. I gave birth in the evening. I went to the hospital in the morning. I was in emergency, and then they transferred me to labor. So the labor was not progressing. We just did 3 to 4, and then back to 3. At some point, they thought it was the baby's heartbeat that was dropping. They did not know that they did not fix the ECG properly. So it was not picking. So they had to call the doctor to come and check whether they would do cesarean and all of that. Anyways, they put me back in the room to stay. So I tried to do curb walk. I tried to. At some point,
it was not too late for that already. I thought normally they'll just give you the oxytocin.
No, they were, because I had cesarean section. They were not going to induce labor. So they were just, because if they induce labor, there was the fear that I could have a uterine tear. What do they call it? Anyways, after a while, I remember what they told us during antenatal, that if you're in labor, instead of you to start to stress yourself trying to exercise, just sleep, because you would need all of
energy
that
energy when able set.
So I slept. I willed myself to sleep. I slept. I woke up. Pain woke me up. As I woke up, I stood up. I was pressed. I stood up to go pee. So I just stood up. My water broke. So I rang the nurse. They came. They asked me to go freshen up. I said I had a bath
before you went.
I came here. I had a bath. You still want me to have? I was in so much pain. I told them I was in pain. Give me what's it called? Epidural. They said the doctor has to come check and give a go ahead before they will give me epidural. And they are going to give me the epidural in the labor room, not in the room where I was. So I went to freshen up. I was in pain. My body was taking in all of that pain. I was when I finished taking my bath, I came back to the bed. I was ringing the nurses. They would come. They would say they are waiting for the doctor. My labor progressed like this, from 6 centimeters that I was dilated to 9.
Jesus, just like that. Nothing.
Because I was in pain. Yeah. I was in pain. The baby's head has engaged already. They did not bring a new, you know how they bring a new bed to change you and they carried me in that bed in that room. That's the bed. They wheeled me. We were rushing into the elevator. Yeah. Then the elevator was stopping on different floors until we got to the labor room. Once I got into the labor, the midwife just checked me. She said I was fully dilated and effaced. She just, on the stirrups, she now said, push. I was threatening them I was going to push. They were begging me in the elevator.
So they were able to give you the epidural?
No, they did not. So my body took in all of that pain and trauma.
Just used it to just quicken everything.
Took in all of that. So they told me to push. At that point, I did a weak one. They said you should try again. I tried the second one. They now said they have to give me a little cut. So they cut me, and then I pushed the third time, and the baby came out. Once the baby came out, my blood pressure.
Why?
Because of the trauma.
Yeah.
My body took in all of. I was lucky that because they had brought the baby for me to do skin to
Yeah.
skin, and then they took the baby to clean her up, and then the nurse just, because usually they will leave you to rest before they start to take your vitals. I don't know what pushed her to come to check me.
And check your BP was really
She
good.
rushed out of the room and came back with the doctor, and they opened my mouth immediately, put medication.
Imagine that's how high
I would have maybe had a cardiac arrest, and they would say, she
but she just gave God a beg. I like the
emergency response.
It's too like this. I don't know how many lives they shout out to the what they call them, healthcare workers in this country. They are very responsive. I don't take it for granted. My second baby was what do you call it? Scheduled C-section, because
elective.
Yeah, elective. Yeah, because I had what I said. Placenta abruptio, and it's usually a higher likelihood if you've had it before, you could have it again. So they didn't want to take chances. So as soon as my baby clocked 37 weeks, 37 weeks and 1 day, 2 days later, I just had them. So it was very uneventful. It was the pregnancy itself that was eventful, where during my 5-month scan, I just wanted to confirm that it was a girl. So when they told me it was a boy, I was like, huh? The next one, I said, madam, can't see baby nose, can't see baby eye. I said, can't see baby nose, can't see baby eye. Waiting.
I had polyhydro.
What's that?
What's that? The water in the sac was now bigger than what it was supposed to be. In the lab, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I mean, every day, the nurse said every other day you need to come into the hospital for ECG.
Pregnancy. Okay, let me explain. So my first pregnancy, I had a miscarriage at 8 weeks.
Oh.
So then you now feel, if you carry pregnancy and cross 3 months, at least you've crossed this.
The risky part.
So when I was pregnant for Kobe, I crossed, and I gave birth, and I had emergency C-section. So you now know that, okay, that's not where the fear stops. Okay, this one now, I now passed 3 months. The baby was still there. That's the second pregnancy. I now went to 5 months scan. And I told me they cannot see my baby. I now went to do abnormality tests for all these chromosal abnormalities for Down syndrome. There are 2 other syndromes where
whatever.
Like chromosomal abnormalities. I think Edwards syndrome, Down syndrome. There were 3 of the syndromes, and these are tests they give to women that are over 40. The woman asked me, how old are you? I said, madam, I think I was 32, I'm 33 there. She said, what happened? I said, they did scan and baby knows. So I think the problem is
the way the baby was positioned.
Yeah, is it that he was hiding? They didn't see his nasal bone, so they thought his nasal bone was missing. Hey God, I did not cry that period. I said, God, you cannot give me what I cannot handle. Don't worry. The trauma that comes with everything at every stage of pregnancy. My mom always says that if you get pregnant and you give birth and you come back with your baby, 10 toes and 10 fingers complete, you kneel down and give Jesus praise, because in between the 9 months of pregnancy up until the time you give birth, a lot can happen. And that's why I hate when people say, "Oh, you're not born again. It's not just pregnancy. You miss having it." I feel like it's very insulting,
very insensitive,
and I think it's a very ignorant statement to make. But a lot of people will not tell you what they had to deal with when it comes to pregnancy and childbirth. Like if you see this hot mama now, you'll not believe that she took care of NICU baby. I had only one NICU baby at 30-something weeks, and she had to take care of, and taking care of a child post CS is another thing. It's another madness.
I say sometimes the pain will hit you this.
And I'm saying I'm carrying a 2 kg baby and I'm dying. Imagine her carrying No. Like I feel like you should give mothers that's why even if there are 10 Mothers Day in a year, you can make it 50.
Now imagine doing all of this
make it 50
in Qatar where you don't have any community.
Yes, now because the first time I had a baby, the only people that visited me was Melly and her family members. I didn't know anybody. It's not my second baby that I had a village, but my first baby was horrible. So it's not easy. I just had to every mother that is doing it, kicking it solo. Please, anybody, if you give birth in Qatar and you need help, just let me know.
Say hi.
I'm not joking.
Reach out.
I can come and help as much as I can.
I actually feel that I can. There's no baby now
that you can't. Of course, handle. Of course,
you give birth.
You had a 1 kg baby.
You give birth and you need help with omugo.
Please, I beg. Reach out. I beg. Wherever you are, you have running around and help. It's not. Nobody should do this alone. No.
Without support,
nobody should do this alone. It's. I don't want anybody to feel the way I did in that first. Nobody. That was my second pregnancy. I had so much love. Apart from the fact that my mom came, I had church, I had friends, I had no, the community was chef's kids. So please, I don't mind doing that, and I don't think we mind doing that for
At
anybody that,
all.
yeah.
I do not mind.
So just please don't you go Chris. Please, I beg.
In my second the last baby, I had people coming. One lady, she's relocated. Every evening she would come around to bath the baby. And in fact, the last baby,
Yeah.
I had Elizabeth.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had the time to sleep, and then the baby was sleeping. Till now,
She's a
she
babe.
sleeps.
Ah, God.
She
You don't know what
just
Lord did for you, man. Anyway, God
has
uses
a
one. God uses one to tell you for the stress of the stress. You took double now.
she would have a bath. Once she's had dinner,
Okay, he did it
she
till
will
morning.
sleep. If she wakes up in the night, what I just need is to just
Body contact.
and then put the breast in her mouth. All of us were lying down. She's sleeping. She's sleeping and she's
I
sucking.
cannot relate.
Ah,
Oh no, I forced my babies to sleep in their bed, so I don't know whether that's why I have to stand up, do the journey, lift. Oh no.
no, I tried.
I think that's my biggest
I
challenge.
tried. She was not sleeping, so I started to co-sleep.
Yeah. I well, long story short, before this
It's
episode gets too
getting
long,
so long.
I swear, but yeah, we've had a nice time chatting about all this.
Motherhood
It's
thing.
always chipping, but like we wanted to focus on the graph because
Motherhood.
it's a lot. It's a lot, and she's doing. See, she's doing it while working, and I'm doing it while being a full-time stay-at-home mom, and
It's
I
a
know
lot of
how
work.
heavy it is.
It's a lot of work.
You are the real MVPs because it's not easy because you don't sleep and you still get up and have to go to work and still function like
A normal human
it's
being.
not
Nobody
easy.
said
I do
you
not.
got
No,
children.
no. I do understand. Hey, God, though, it's not easy. So, hats off to all the mothers out there. Shout out to the ones doing it while making money. You understand? It's not easy. So, but yeah, I think we'll just bring this episode to a close and
Till we see you
very
again.
soon.
Very soon. And if you have topics that you want us to
and if
dive
you have
into,
questions to the comments section, we
Mm.
have questions. If you have even stories to share, maybe you want us to even read out your story or something. I don't
and
know.
have conversations
Yeah,
around it.
just send us a message, and I think we'll try to link something.
The email.
Yeah. So just send us a message. Just let us know where you want to keep it anonymous or anything. We just want to have conversations like this, and just know that you're not the
You're
only
not
one.
alone.
I'm very sure that someone can relate to either my experience or even experiences. Our first babies are similar.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know the in depth of the whole
Story.
It's not easy, but yeah, thank you guys for
watching.
Yeah.
And commenting and subscribing.
Yeah,
and
we
will
see you all
see you the
very
next
soon.
one. So till we come again is the Expat Tea with the brief and the brand.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.